Hey soulmates, what's going on? I wanted to hit you guys up with some thoughts about the new McFarlane Toys Gold Label Batman Year 2 figure, as well as the giant Batmo-Beast that Todd McFarlane debuted on his Instagram. We're going to talk more about the Batmo-Beast in a minute, but first I want to talk about this Batman Year 2 figure. And I was looking at it and wondering, is this really worth $50? Because you look at it and it's $50, and that's a little bit of a sticker shock at first. And this is one of those things that I was discussing with my girlfriend about whether or not it's really worth spending $50 on something like this. And I described it after I had looked at it, and when you look at the figure, it has this giant cape. It's modeled after a drawing that Todd McFarlane did, a piece of art. And he's got this giant cape that just stretches out for way longer than it probably should. But it's also got a couple of arms for him. So you can take off the giant molded cape and put some arms on him, and they even include a little cloth cape for him that looks really cool on him. It even includes a graveyard base where he's standing at his parents' graves, right? With everything that's included here, the giant plastic cape that stretches for too long, the extra cloth cape, the arms that you can put on Batman after you take off the plastic cape, along with some extra hands and a batarang, as well as the base, and I do want to talk more about the base in a second. But first, I really want to talk about something else that's included with this figure. There's an extra version that has a signed trading card by Todd McFarlane, and that one cost extra. If you want a signed card from Todd McFarlane, you can get one for $80. I'm not a big go out and get autographs kind of guy. What I really care about here is the Batman, and I think this Batman is outstanding. Now, coming back to the base that's included looks really detailed. It's got a nice gravelly ground, it's got the tombstones, it's got another cross headstone there. I think it looks really cool, and it really fits this figure so well. Yeah, if you keep the giant plastic cape on him, he does become kind of a statue, but that's why they included the cloth cape as well as the arms. So he becomes much more of an action figure after you put that cloth cape on him. And also, the cloth cape here. Oh, how often do we see a cloth cape, especially from McFarlane? I was a little worried when I looked at it that it might just be flat on the bottom, but thank God, when I looked at this cape, it has those little oval cuts that make it look like, a bat when you put it on him. And that's really cool. I'm really enthusiastic about this figure, if you can't tell. The trading card is a nice thing to have, but I really wish they would include a comic book with these action figures. I'll talk more about that in a second, but right now, I just want to say that this is exactly the kind of Batman figure that I have been hoping for ever since McFarlane started making the DC Multiverse series. And now it's finally here. The line does rely pretty heavily on Batman, and that's kind of a thing that he has to do, I think, in order to make ends meet, because Batman probably sells, right? You'd think that the Joker would sell really well too, wouldn't you? And when I look at Batman here, it's pretty much the same as when a Marvel Legends series releases a bunch of Wolverine, or a bunch of Deadpool, or a bunch of Iron Man or Spider-Man. Those are moneymaker lines. They sell. That's what I think. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Maybe he just loves Batman for all I know, right? In which case, I can't complain too much because I love Batman too. I'm all about that Batman. Coming back to the trading cards and how I wish they were comics, guys, if they included comic books with these DC Multiverse figures, they would bury Marvel Legends, because a comic book would just be the coup de grace. At the very least, I wish they would include them with the Collect and Connect, aka the Build-A-Figure series. If they did that, oh my god, I would be in heaven. And guys, they make so many versions of Batman and so many versions of other characters, and some of these characters, these versions, I'm not so familiar with, and having that comic book in there would really help me figure out what these characters are all about. I know that on the package they're telling you where the character is from, so you'll probably go out and seek it out, but what if it's out of print? If you support what I do, please click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single video of mine when it comes out. And if you want to hang out with me and my soulmates on Twitch, I stream Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm probably going to pick this up because I absolutely love it. But now I want to circle back to the Batmo-Beast vehicle that McFarlane just debuted on his Instagram page. But before I really talk about the Batmo-Beast, I want to say that I'm very enthusiastic about all the vehicles that Todd McFarlane Toys, has been releasing for these DC Multiverse figures. I wish that we would get more vehicles with the Marvel Legends series. So it's nice to get all this stuff with all the DC Multiverse stuff, all the vehicles. God, I miss playsets. I miss having vehicles. I miss action features too, to be perfectly honest. I kind of miss them, you know. When you first look at these figures and say to yourself, boy, sure would be great if they all had super high articulation, and then it happens and they all have articulation, and then suddenly the action features disappear, you find yourself kind of missing those action features. And now you realize that the action figures are a little bit more like dolls than they used to be. They're a little closer to dolls than action figures because they don't really have an action feature anymore. But circling back to the Batmo-Beast, oh my god, I saw this thing. It is an enormous toy. It's pretty big. And I thought for a second that McFarlane was just going off the rails and using his imagination and creating some, you know, bullshit Batman themed vehicle or something like this. But no. This is a real character from the comics. The Batmo-Beast is real, soulmates. I looked it up. Todd McFarlane himself confirmed it. This bad boy is real. It's from the Metal series, and I looked up a panel. It's actually a very funny character. I might get it depending on the price because it's absolutely absurd and I love it. Just so you soulmates know, the Batmo-Beast is a monster truck that has the consciousness of Batman inside it. That's it. Anyway, soulmates, no idea when the Batmo-Beast is going to be available, no idea where it's going to be available, no idea how much it's going to cost, but it does look pretty cool, and it's really absurd, and I low-key love it. Maybe middle-key love it. I can't help it. I love Batman stuff. I'm a Batman nut. This line is perfect for me. But Todd, if you're listening right now, brother, I would love some Joker to go with my Batman, so please, more Joker to go with my Batman. Please, I beseech thee. I can't tell if it rolls around a whole bunch and what it does, or if doors open up and stuff, we can put figures inside, or what other features it might have. It's really hard to say. But tell me, are you excited about these latest things that we talked about today, the Batmo-Beast, as well as Gold Label Batman, and are you gonna get an autographed Gold Label Batman Year 2? Let me know, man. I'd love to hear from you. If you support what I do, click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single video of mine when it comes out. And if you want to hang out with me and my soulmates, I stream Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to play some superhero games, and I would love to see you. I'll be back again soon with some thoughts about new superhero toy releases. And until next time, with love from me to you, bye-bye.